welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Ashley with the Yarn Barn NC, and in today's video, I am sadly doing my first and my last JOANN'S haul on this channel. So I have been recently a little sad about the closing of JOANN'S because just in the past couple of months, I have fallen in love with Bernat Blanket, and I'm just a little upset that now that I actually thoroughly enjoy using Bernat Blanket, JOANN'S is sadly closing. But I did find a JOANN'S along the way. I was actually out of town this past weekend and I found a JOANN'S that actually had yarn. Both the JOANN'S, and then we also checked one while we were in Charlotte last weekend, were completely out of yarn. Out of yarn, there's not a single one, nothing. And so when I was like an hour away in like kind of like a smaller town, I found some amazing yarn, not all the colors that I needed, and also I purchased some extra ones that I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them. But I had to take the opportunity. I didn't buy everything. They did have not a whole lot of yarn, but they had quite a bit. I didn't buy everything. I think my total was about $150, and this specific store had 30% off yarn. I know the other ones, I've seen some people at 25, 35, whatever, but this one specifically had 30% off, which in all reality is not even the best deal, because back when they would have Bernat Blanket for $8.99, $7.99, that was the best deal. But I've also looked on Amazon, and Amazon is kind of hiking up the prices right now. So I just took advantage of the yarn that I could find, and I also have some Ollie's yarn, and I will explain that once we get towards that. So let's get started in the JOANN'S portion of this haul. Okay, so normally I'm not a big fan of the Big Twist plush, but now that it is Easter time, I've been making these little chubby bunnies. It's by Oak and Marlowe, and the pattern is awesome. I love it, and I really like how it works up with the Big Twist plush. Now, I haven't taken this pattern to a market yet, but they're quick makes, and I think that even after Easter, they will sell pretty well. So I did pick up some of the Big Twist plush. So this is cardamom? Guys, this is the first skein and I'm illiterate. But this is the Big Twist plush in cardamom. Now, I think I have a few skeins. I think I got like 2 of these. I think I got 2 of every color that I could find. So, okay, so like I was saying, we have some of the, again guys, cardamom. I think I saw on somebody's TikTok or something that all of the JOANN'S stores have like a ridiculous amount of these, and I think cardamom is like a spice. If I'm wrong, blame somebody else on TikTok that I saw that. But we have, I think I have 2 of these, but I can't seem, there's just bags, guys. There's just bags. I know for sure that I got some, what is this? Light gray. I can't film today. I really just can't film today. I have 2 of these light grays. Let me make sure this is the same. They look, wait, guys, hold on. Can you see the difference here? This one seems like an older one because so this one is so this is what the label looks like, and then this one looks like, where's the light gray? There it is. So they're both light gray, but very, very different. So these will not be able to use together, but that's okay. I'm not too mad. I don't plan on making like a big project with those anyways. So we got some Bernat up next. So again, this is a color Luke picked out. He's like, that's my favorite color. You need to get that one. So I think I only got one of this. This is dark teal. I think it's a really pretty color. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna use with it, but I have it if I need it. They had a lot of that color. I personally only got one because I don't really use dark colors too much. So, you know, this next color is what made me say, Luke, we need a cart. Go get one. Go get a cart. So these are almond. So for a long time, I've had almond in my stash and I just never used it. And now recently I've started making a lot more snugglers and just like more neutral colored things, and this color is awesome. I almost purchased it on Amazon the night before, but I was like, okay, we'll see what JOANN'S has. And luckily I got 2 of them because I was about to pay way too much for them. But 2 almond from Bernat Blanket. Oh, hey guys, I found it. This is the second cardamom. Nobody judge me if it's wrong. I'm so sorry. This next color, I saw it and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna make with that, but I feel like I'm going to regret not picking it up. So we have this light pink color. It is in the color Strawberry Smoothie.
This is the finishing touch of the smoothie.
And I think this will make some good bunnies. Again, that's really what I only bought the big twist for. I'm not a big fan of it when I make snugglers with it. I like the burlap blanket because it, you know, this is a lot thicker. Not a lot, but it is quite a bit thicker than burlap blanket, and I like the style of the burlap blanket. So that is that. And the last one in this first bag is pale gray. So not light gray in the big twist, but pale gray and burlap blanket. I have been picking up gray anytime I can find it. My local Walmart sometimes has some grays. Now, for the longest time, I could find sand in my local Walmart, but now I can't, so I'm on the hunt because I really need some sand. But I use these for possums, so I have also, the last time I went to my JOANN'S, right when they announced that they were closing, and their yarn was only like 20% off, I picked up some gray because I use that in almost everything, like penguins, possums, like I swear out of all the burlap blanket colors, I go through gray the most. So that is that for the first bag. And the second bag is, okay, I guess I bought more. Okay, guys, I don't even remember what I bought. We have two of the color Sunflower. Now, these I mainly use because I cannot seem to find the color. I can't remember. There's like a mossy color, burnt orange color and burlap blanket that I can't seem to find. So I got this for the Della Ducks, for like the mouth and the feet, because I can't seem to find a good color for that. I don't know. I keep looking at other people's and I'm like, literally, what color are you using for that? And I can never figure it out. So I got two of these just in case I, need them for my Della Ducks. I've only made one so far and I'm kind of obsessed with them. I'm just saying, might have a little new obsession here. Speaking of Della Ducks, I bought some Big Twist acrylic. Guys, I know, weird, but I didn't have any kind of like pastel-y. I only had like neutrals in acrylic because that's, I don't know, I've never had to really make anything in acrylic, but I got these for the headbands for the Della Ducks. Again, they were pretty cheap. Come to find out, I didn't read the pattern and I actually probably should be using cotton yarn for the headbands. So I might have just bought these for no reason. I don't know, I was kind of a little overwhelmed in there, so I just kind of was making random things, but like just throwing things in the cart. Up next, this Skeins a little messed up. We have dark gray. Again, for the opossums, I kind of go back and forth between using dark gray, light gray, whichever ones I happen to have on hand at the time. And I guess I picked up another one of these. I have the Strawberry Smoothie. I have this one in, I guess I have 3 of those. I don't know why I picked up more of those and not the grays and brown. Again, I don't remember much. And this is the last thing that I have from JOANN'S. It is Limeade Sparkle. Now, I bought a lot of the sparkle in the very beginning when it first came out, and I wasn't a big fan of it because of how, thick and rough it is. But I have been looking for a long time to make new frog colors. I usually use this color right here, and this is all I have left, I believe. Some green color from Burnout Blanket. I can't remember what it's called, but I love using that for my frogs. It's not gonna stay. Nope, okay. I love using it for frogs and I can't seem to find it anywhere. So I was like, this sparkle color would, it looks more yellow on camera. It's more of like a very neon green color. So it looks yellow. I had some people on my Instagram story asking me what the yellow color was and I'm like, it's kind of more green. I don't know, yellowish, but I kind of feel bad that I didn't pick up more sparkle when I had the chance. So if anybody finds any sparkle anywhere, let me know because I kind of regret not picking up more sparkle. I had a few of it and I took it to the mall and those sold so fast. I made it in like octos and squids and stuff and they sold really quick. So I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't purchase more. And again, that's my tone now. It's like, I'm just so mad that I didn't purchase these colors when I had the chance, and now I'm kind of scrounging around to try and find them all. But that is it for JOANN'S. So all of that was like $150. Now, that was probably my most I've ever spent in store, because you know, I spend a lot of money online. That's where I buy my big purchases, because in store never really has enough for me to spend that much. But this was about $150 after tax, and everything was 30% off. And so the day before I went to JOANN'S, I was seeing some things online. I'm on some Facebook groups for crochet, that Ollie's in their local ad paper had like a joke about like JOANN'S closing. They're like, oh, your favorite yarn supplier is closing, but we have yarn, or something along those lines, saying that they had Bernat blanket for $4.99. Now, don't tempt me with a good time. $4.99 Bernat blanket sold. I'm there. So I went to one that is the closest to me, and I was walking around that store. Couldn't find anything. There was nothing. And I've been there before, and I know where their yarn is. And so when I went, there was nothing. Normally they have like some old Ogos and things like that I've never met a person that actually uses Ogos, but don't attack me on that. I just have never used Ogos in my life, and I never know anybody that has used an Ogo in their life. So I went to a second one that was a little bit further away, and luckily they had a lot of yarn. Now, it was only about 5 colors, but they had a lot of the colors that, you know, the quantity of each color. They had a lot. Now, I only bought 3 of each color. They had some variegateds that I just wasn't a big fan of. So if you're looking for all of the colors that they had, go check out my TikTok. I have clips of all of the colored yarn that they had, but I only bought 3 colors. And again, colors, I don't think I purchased any of these colors in the past, but I'm taking what I can get. I'm grabbing what I can, but they had a lot, so I did not take all of it, I promise. And I've seen so many people on TikTok and Instagram now and Facebook saying that their Ollie's has the yarn. Now, from what I've seen, all of the Ollie's have the same colors. They had a kind of like a tweed color in some of them that I've seen, and my Ollie's personally did not have that, so I am on the hunt. But I will go ahead and show you the little bit that I got from Ollie's. So I got some smoke green in Bernat blanket. I have never purchased this color in my life, and honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen it, because I would have definitely bought this. Like, this is a cool like snuggler color, so I'm not sure why I didn't buy it. But as you can see, maybe it was $4.99 smoke green. So I did purchase 3 of those, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And then up next we have orange leaf. Now you can tell that this one is the old formula and this one is the new formula, so it's a lot softer. So this one is orange leaf. I have like a similar one right there that I made out of like the little chicks that I'm not gonna say that I just showed you because I'm filming a different video right now, but I made some chicks out of them, but it's out of that color right there. So that's really why I picked up some of this. I really have no use for this, but hey, it's a fall color, so maybe in like 6 months I might have a use for it. You never know. Lots of these, lots of those. But what I was most excited for, I've been having a hard time finding the black and white tweed color. I think it's like ivory tweed, I think is what it's called. So this one is a speckle color, speckle dapple shadow. And it is a nice black and white, and I think some Mabel chickens would look really good in this color. So I purchased 3 of these. Now they did have some blue and purple variegated and things like that I'm just not too keen on it. I have this whole shelf over here is just full of variegated yarn that I keep purchasing, and I struggle a lot trying to find things to make in variegated yarn other than like your normal octos and whales and squids and stuff. But I don't make any big projects out of variegated because the few times that I have, I absolutely hated it. I did not pick up any of the variegated, but I hopefully will keep an eye out at my local Ollie's to see what new colors they have. Jax is currently playing in the bags. Out of that, I think $4.99 times 12, 5 times 12, so wait, I didn't spend them, oh no, 9. So 5 times 9 is like 45 bucks. So I think it was like 50 bucks with tax. I bought a few other things with it, so they get me every time at Ollie's. But those are the 3 colors that I purchased. I bought 3 of each of those. So that will conclude my first yarn haul, my first and last JOANN'S haul, but my first Ollie's haul, and you know, maybe we'll have some in the future. They get new colors. I don't know. I've been debating like buying some like other yarn brands to see, because I'm kind of stuck in the middle right now. Sweet Snuggles Light has been discontinued for a while. JOANN'S is going out of business. Premier Yarns Parfait Chunky still sucks. And so I'm kind of struggling right now with the yarn thing, and I have nowhere to put yarn. My yarn wall behind me is a hot mess because it's market prep season right now. I'm just throwing yarn wherever I can find a place. So it's been a little stressful with buying yarn and making stuff, but hey, that's what I signed up for. That's what I get for being a full-time crochet artist. So that concludes our yarn haul video. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you guys have any ideas for some of like the random colors that I bought, definitely let me know. I'm you know, kind of bought it for some snugglers and stuff like that, so that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. But you know, I'm always open to new suggestions. So if you guys like the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.